What's going on, guys? It's Josh with Fancy Trades, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the hottest trends right now, the hottest sector, which is the EV stocks, the electric vehicle companies. These things have just been monsters lately, just non-stop running, just looks like nothing can stop them. They're just going crazy and up and up and up. But I'm going to be showing you guys what I'm going to be doing to be trading these, and like my strategy is and going about these. And just a reminder, my way is not the best way, not the only way how to trade these. It's just how I feel comfortable going about these. And as you guys know, I like to short sell more than go long. So there's tons of upside potential. But the way I feel comfortable is my strategy. I go around these things. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and go with an overview of like the whole electric vehicle sector right now, of like the stocks I've been trading and just looking at these massive runners. So what we have right now is Tesla. Everyone knows Tesla. It's probably the king of the electric car companies, and you know, it's the leader for this sector. And this thing even had a massive run. With as big of a company it is, this thing had a 40% run in 4 or 5 days when it broke out that $1,000 mark and just massive ran to $1,400. Absolutely crazy. So that's one of them. Just a crazy run on those. We got Shell. It'll change for me. We got Shell, this crazy runner too, and this was another electric car company. We got Workhorse, absolutely crazy run. What else do we got? We got Nikola, which was a little older. That's already been going down. Like it went to 93, now it's hanging around 50 after that huge drop. So that one's a crazy one last week. We got NIO. And I'm sure there's a couple other ones that I'm not thinking of right now. But all these have been massive runners, just absolutely crazy. And you could make so much money on these. And what I like to do is I don't like to be caught in going long on these. I already made a little technical analysis thing right there of an example of like how I would be shorting these things and how I'd be going about these. And I don't like to go long because I feel like just might get caught in that huge drop. And even though I'd cut losses quickly, I just feel more comfortable going short. So I do go long on the bounces though. That was the only times I will go long. But I'll give you guys a little example of just on NIO of what I'm looking for. I should have drew the chart out. I already drew out the lines for you guys. So say yesterday you're watching this thing and this thing gapped up from where it closed yesterday. It's up in pre-market. It's going up and down. It's making that, that support. That resistance right here around that 14.25 mark. And as soon as it opened, it spiked up, broke out, had a massive run. You could even buy that. Like if you like to buy breakouts, you could buy that breakout at 14.30 and make it a run to 15.30. It's a whole dollar a share, even though you should probably take profits before that. I'd be super patient on these. I do not like to buy the dips. You could have waited for this to come down and be like, okay, you can buy the support. And that time, yeah, it worked. It bounced up. And here we go. Now we got that for support for sure, which is from the pre-market right here around 14.20. It bounced down, made that lower high around 14.95. That is a massive signal for me where it's like, okay, made that lower high. You can start making like your entries. So I don't go for confirmation as much as other people, but I'll see this lower high and I'll try to get in probably around here, right? And I have a stop loss, 20-cent stop loss above that 14.90. I'll get around like 14.70. And you can kind of see this trend line change. Like now it's got below that 5-minute EMA, even though it did here because of the massive run. But now it's the lower high, getting below the 5-minute EMA, and now it's going to test this support from pre-market, right? This is going to be a huge test, and where you would want to not, if you waited that long, I would not get into this bubble right there. But as soon as it breaks down, you got like, let's say if you got 5 minutes to get into it. This one candle is a 5-minute candle. It broke down that 14.25 mark and then instantly drops. Confirmation right there. If you guys like to go for confirmation, that is when you get in. Let's say you got into the absolute worst price in 5 minutes. You're super slow. You can get in at $14. That you were super slow if you did that, right? It broke down and you got the worst price, $14 in that 5-minute candle. You still have from $14 all the way to $12.20, $12.10 on this massive drop. It's $2 a share, right? Got a whole $2 a share on this massive run. That's a huge gain within like an hour or two. Okay, that is what I'm looking for on these massive runners that look like this. That just crazy, just huge runs up. And like I said, there is so much potential of going long on these, but I don't like to. I will go and buy the dip. Let's say it got super low on this RSI and it's way down. You see that first green, that first big green candle, and you can let this thing ride up. Like, let's say you're even late on this one. You got the this is a 5-minute candle, so you should be you should be in the stock within 5 minutes after confirmation, right? This thing closed out green. Let's say you got a bad price at $12.50 on this bounce right after that huge drop in the RSI. It's gonna get at $12.50. You can let this thing grow up to almost to $13.50. That's a whole dollar share on the bounce, guys. That's massive. That's huge. This one was a failed bounce. It got the RSI. It was bouncing around, showing weak signals. You should like be looking at this and be like, okay, I got in around 13.30. Let's say right here on this this green candle, thinking it might bounce, right? But you're wrong. You have your stop loss right at the low, 13.20. You got a 10-15 cent stop loss, and then you won't. Don't be one of those guys that hold and say, oh my god, it's gonna have a crazy bounce. You gotta have your stop loss to see it broke down below that and it dropped a whole another dollar. So don't get caught in those trying to think it's gonna bounce, because now when it does bounce, you're not making any money. It's going back up to where you bought it, right? And so just don't be one of those guys. Don't be one of those stock twist guys and fucking you know, Robinhood people just hold and fucking hold this thing waiting for the bounce. Just go off technical analysis. These basic, I'm trying to show the technical analysis that I look for as best as I can. The lower highs, the supports, the resistance of where to go short on these things, or even where to buy the dips. But just do not get fooled. Don't be one of those guys that gets caught in these big drops. Or there's even drops like, let's look at another one. Workhorse. Don't be one of the guys that just holds forever. Let's say after this massive run, look at this run. It's nuts. And one day when it does come down, like let's say 3 days ago, it just goes down all day. Has little bounces here and there, but a constant downtrend below that 5-minute EMA, all the way down like $6 a share. Don't be one of those guys that holds forever. Cut your losses quickly. Get out. And all in all, just be careful when trading these things. These massive trends, these supernovas that just blowing up. You could blow up your account just buying them at the top, thinking it's going to go higher, and just being stuck in them. Just it's down $6-7 in 3 days. It's not good. It'll probably keep going lower. And yeah, like these things are great. I mean, these are the future. Everyone says, you know, electric cars are the future. I completely agree. But these are massive runs that just aren't sustainable, and what goes up got to come down. Everything's not just going to go up forever, and you got to be ready, waiting for those opportunities when it does come down. And that is how I like to trade these. I don't like to chase, even though there's a lot of potential in chasing these games, because all the Robinhood kids are just non-stop buying, and that's okay. I mean, it's just going to go up higher and higher, and it's just the bigger shorts. But don't get caught in them. Don't hold forever. And yeah, be smart. And if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like, and then subscribe. Comment if you have any questions. And if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to my Twitter, which is FancyJGG. I post my trades and my profits all on there, everything everyone likes to see and all that stuff. But yeah, and let's end the week green, and I'll see you guys in the next video.